Okay, you might want to pause this video and get a pen and paper. I'm going to give you a crash course on emotional regulation. So, the first thing that you need to know is that we all have a window of tolerance. I like to think of it as kind of like a little river that we float throughout the day. When we are emotionally regulated, we are within our window of tolerance. If you're feeling really great in life, if you feel really secure, if you have healthy relationships, if your finances are going good and your health is good, your window of tolerance can be giant. You have a huge capacity for stress because you feel really safe in your life. But when the opposite is happening, you've got a very small window of tolerance. And the smaller the window of tolerance, the more easy it is for you to become triggered, and you can either go into one of two places. When you get triggered, you can go into hyperactivation, which is much more anxious behaviors. It is anxious energy. It is fear-based. Or you can go into deactivation. I find most often an avoidant will immediately feel hyperactivated. They will feel overstimulated. They will feel really stressed. And then it's like as soon as they get there, they immediately jump into deactivation. And so when you're in hyperactivation, if you get stuck there, you start trying to fix everything. You start trying to people please. You start going into your trauma responses. Your nervous system has been activated and you begin to freak out and you begin to try and find anything that is going to get you back to feeling regulated, because we all want to be within our window of tolerance. Sometimes you're going to choose really destructive ways to cope so that you can feel more at peace. And so sometimes it is people who have addiction. They're trying to cope. They're feeling hyperactivated. They're feeling triggered. And that is a way to cope. Sometimes that is being hurtful to another person. Other ways that are really boring but very effective in the long term are healthy self-care. And that is why taking care of yourself and your own needs, your physical, mental, emotional needs, as well as feeling financially safe and feeling like the time that you are spending in your life, the experiences of your life are fulfilling and healthy. It is so important, and it is essential that you are in touch with what you need on a regular basis to keep all of your buckets full. Because when your buckets are empty, you're going to be drained. When your buckets are empty, your emotional tolerance window is extremely small and you're going to be triggered by everything. And so it looks very different for different people. There are different strategies that work for different people. Obviously, the more that you can activate a full body relaxation, such as those ice plunges or stimulating your vagus nerve, or healthy types of exercise where it's not excessive, but it's helping to get your body moving. There's all kinds of different ways that you can begin to process the stress that you're feeling. Sometimes it's having uncomfortable conversations and setting boundaries. Sometimes it's holding yourself accountable to stop doing those unhealthy coping strategies, even doom scrolling. It just depends on each individual person, and that is why whenever I work with people one-on-one, we have to come up with a plan for you specifically, because everybody has different things that they use when they need to cope. Everybody has different trauma responses, and you have to figure out what's going to work for you. But just to give you the crash course, this is Emotional Regulation 101.